Welcome to another episode of the Michele Tafoya podcast, coming to you from my childhood home in Southern California. Mom's still in the hospital. She's getting better though. So anyway, thanks for your patience on that. As always, please subscribe. We'd love to have you here every single episode, including this one. This is about a scenario in which you get a knock on your door, and I'm going to propose this to you. I want to see how each one of you, would react to this scenario. That is next.
Welcome to the Michele Tafoya podcast.
So you get a knock on your door and you look at your Ring video doorbell, or you look through the peephole and you go, whoa, wasn't expecting that. Or maybe, gee, it finally showed up. I'm going to tell you what that is, and I'd love to hear how you would react to this. But first, how are you reacting to that thinning hair that you might be feeling? I mean, look, millions of American men and women will start to lose their hair at some point, maybe even prematurely. Maybe it runs in your family. So if you are one of them, why don't you try a solution that really does work? It's called Provia. It is a solution that delivers on its promise without the harsh side effects, unwanted chemicals, and unpleasant smells. This is thanks to our friends that developed Genucell Skincare. Now, Provia uses a safe, natural ingredient, Procapil, to effectively target the three main causes of premature hair thinning and loss by supporting healthy scalp circulation, the delivery of nourishing nutrients, and healthy hair follicle anchoring to your scalp. Provia guarantees, I'm going to repeat that again, guarantees more hair on your head than in the shower or in your comb. It's effective for men and women of any age, safe on colored, treated, and styled hair. It's that easy. And right now, customers save over 50% off Provia's introductory package at proviahair.com/Michele. Every package includes a 60-day supply of Provia serum for daily use, plus Provia 30 super concentrate for faster, more noticeable results. And right now, you can see results at 50% off. It is effective for men and women of any age and safe on colored, treated, and styled hair. It is that easy. And right now, new customers save over 50% off Provia's introductory package at proviahair.com/Michele. Every package includes a full 60-day supply of Provia serum for daily use, plus Provia 30 super concentrate for faster, more noticeable results. Provia works, guaranteed, or 100% of your money back. See for yourself right now. Don't wait. proviahair.com/Michele, Provia hair.com. That's Provia hair, all one term, /Michele with one L, proviahair.com/Michele. Go get it. 50% off, 100% guaranteed. What have you got to lose? Okay. So I wrote a piece for Substack, and maybe you've read it, but if you haven't, I'm going to read it to you now with some additional commentary. And it started like this. You hear a knock at the door. You look at your Ring video doorbell and you see 300 people outside your house, on your lawn, in the street, and they're waiting for you. They appear tired and hungry. They ask if they can come in, and would you kindly feed and house them? So there you are, just minding your own business in your house on which you pay taxes, the house that you own, or even the apartment which you pay rent for. And there they are, several hundred strong, waiting for you to help them. What would you do? Simple question. What would you do? Would you vet them? Would you wonder who they are? Would you let some but not all in the house? Would you be fearful? Would you be ready? Would you be empathetic or nervous? Maybe all of the above. Would you ask the neighbors for help? Would you call the police? After all, you are an American citizen. You have property rights. You live in a free society where you get to rule your own roost, whether it's an apartment, a house, a condo, a mansion, a compound, or a tent. Now, in some cases, houses even have walls around them that, are on the property lines. That delineates that property line, one person's property from his or her neighbors. So if you have that property line, that is in essence your border. That's what you own. That's what you paid for. That's what you pay taxes on. That is your safe haven. That is where you have decided to put yourself and or your family. That is yours here in America. Now, you're entitled to that border around it because you pay the property taxes, right? Even renters pay taxes. So this brings us to the point of it all. Now, those who know me know I'm not a fan of Trump, the man. But I can still acknowledge that he was right about something. Countries have borders. Just look at a world map. Every country has a border. And there's a reason for those borders. And those borders have usually been fought for and died for. And so now I don't want to hear about, yeah, but we're living on stolen land, because if you want to go back to day one in history, all of land has been fought for, conquered, whatever. We are where we are, and this is the United States of America, and we do have a border. Because without the border, countries don't really exist. Switzerland isn't a country unless it has a border. Austria isn't really a country. China isn't really a country. Japan isn't a country without a border. Now, for some globalists, the idea of borderless society may sound nice. For those globalists who want to rule the entire world, borders are really unnecessary because you can all be out there and we're going to rule over all of you anyway. That sounds fun, doesn't it? But for those of us living in the real world, we know borders matter. I am among the fortunate who were born in America, and likely you are too. Now, my ancestors came here in different ways, but they all came here legally. Clearly, millions of people from outside the United States want to join us here. Why? Because unlike those who preach how awful this country is, none of whom seem to want to leave, by the way, outsiders know that the United States of America is the freest country on earth. They know that opportunities in America are unparalleled and that the United States is the best place to find peace and prosperity. That's why they're coming here in droves. Funny, those people who preach how horrid America is are the first to encourage illegal immigrants. Hey, it sucks here, but come on in and join us in the suckiness. Each country has a distinct set of values and legal structures. Just ask Brittany Griner. Remember what happened to her when she went to Russia? Just ask women who were stoned to death in the Middle East. Just ask girls who aren't allowed to attend school in Afghanistan. Being in South Korea is far safer than being in North Korea. Borders do more than outline geographical areas. States have borders too. Your driver's license identifies the state in which you reside. Those who hate Florida, like Gavin Newsom, are quick to criticize what happens inside the Sunshine State. Those who are disgusted by what Newsom has done to California often find themselves moving to Florida. So why are borders an important way of identifying individual states, but less desirable when it comes to this country as a whole? Within each state, there are county borders. In California, where I was born and where I'm sitting right now, not everyone wants to live in LA County, Los Angeles County. Some people want to live in Alameda County. Why? Well, each county has something its residents value. Real estate, scenery, schools, civics, whatever it is. And just as each state collects taxes, so does each county. Local taxes pay for the benefits of living there, like your first responders, like your public libraries. Within each county, there are cities, towns, and municipalities, and borders are drawn accordingly. After all, we determine how many first responders each needs based on the numbers of residents who live there. We also deal with counties and cities to determine voting polls. Americans pay taxes, and the people we elect to represent us are supposed to be in charge of deciding where that money is spent. National defense, railways, Social Security, etc. So what happens when millions of people show up any one of these borders, cross illegally, and flood into our hospitals, schools, and shelters? And what if their values don't align with ours? and they don't want to abide by our rules. What if they are a terrorist? What if they are a criminal? And then what about those who are fleeing, looking for amnesty? Can we save all of them? Is it our responsibility to save all of them? There's that old argument that the United States can't be the world's police. Well, can it be the world's only sanctuary? Back to the example of the four walls you were using there to keep people out of your home, the four walls that surround you, that give you your home, your safe haven. If people broke in, that would be illegal. Should you be compelled to allow them in and allow them to stay? And even if you decided to accommodate some of them, how would you choose which ones? How would you choose how many? An aside, I heard the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, is going to Mexico to talk about this because he said New York is running out of room. Eventually, you run out of room. It's easy, really easy to tell other people how they should show compassion and open their doors to the world. It's not so easy when it's your own house. America is our house, and those who are here legally and pay its bills should have some say over who can come in. That's why we have legal immigration, which has always been encouraged. It isn't controversial. It's called order. It's pretty simple. And quite frankly, what's going on the border is, if you haven't seen it, you must expose yourself. It's gonna get closer to your home. If you're in New York or Chicago or LA or Texas, you already feel it. This isn't about a lack of compassion. This is about a desire for order. Just like we would like more police to have more order over crime in the streets. It's simple. It's a better way to live. Shouldn't we be looking for a better way for everyone to live? And I didn't even touch on how dangerous it is for those people trying to cross the border and what's happened to many of them, women and children especially. I didn't even go there. That's a whole nother Substack. So I'd like to ask you to inform yourself a little bit if you haven't already. And in the meantime, be brave and do good. See you next time.